You better lock in and buckle up, bucko, because you're in for another creepy and scary TikTok reaction video. If you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button because we're about to dive into the scariest, creepiest, strange, weird, and the most disturbing TikToks and videos on YouTube. Remember, these videos are for entertainment purposes only. It is up to us to distinguish fact from fiction and do our own research on everything. Without further ado, let's dive into these dark waters.
I finally got down to a skull cap. Then I got kind of nervous because it was real fragile looking, and dug a little bit further, and then I saw teeth that looked like human teeth, and they were really ground down, and I thought, holy cow, this is something that probably should be told to the authorities. So I went ahead and dug that up, set it on top of the surface of the sand along with the femur bone, and these are pictures that you'll get to see, and took pictures of it, and then put it right back where I found it because it felt really creepy picking something up like that, and sent GPS notes and everything to the local archaeologist in this area. And this was down in the Mexico area, and it's something that feels really good to find, but it was also something that I really didn't want to unearth.
So what you told me that made me interested was the size of it. Tell me the size.
Well, the jawbone was probably 3 times the size of my own jaw. When I finally got down to a skull cap, then I got kind of nervous because it was real fragile looking, and dug a little bit.
Yo, did this lady find an ancient skull? She said that the jawbone was 3 times bigger than hers, but look at how the teeth are filed. Isn't that weird? Drop your thoughts below on that. That AI keeps getting better and better, I'm telling you, man. Unbelievable.
Now that we know that they are listening in on our conversations 24/7 through our cell phones, what patents do they have out there that directly expresses that claim? Let's start off with the Amazon voice sniffer algorithm. Not only does this patent prove that they are listening to our conversations, but they are taking those conversations and turning them into advertisements for materialistic purposes. And on top of that, our words get sent to a database someplace else in the United States called the NSA headquarters. And that's a whole nother topic we can get into in another video. But as far as I'm concerned right now, what we are having an issue with is our rights being infringed upon by our cell phones. But it gets even deeper than that. Not only can they take our words and turn them into ads, they can take our thoughts and turn them into ads as well. Meaning, everything that we think, everything that we speak is being heard by these devices right here. And that's not paranoia. That's just, now that we know that they are listening in on our conversation.
I can't tell you how many times I've thought of something and literally it popped up on my feed, or like something I was trying to buy, it just literally popped up, man. Is there anything we can do against it? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are they even able to do this? Drop your thoughts below.
Fighting me here.
Human, where is your sacrifice?
What? Oh, you mean, do you want that?
Bring me your sacrifice.
Yes, right away, sir.
The creatures who deceive the humans in the name of God were reptile-like aliens called Reptilians. The Reptilians liked to eat the animals of Earth and occasionally enjoyed eating human flesh, too.
They brainwashed the Earthlings by using the name of God, when their true intentions were to invade and overtake the Earth.
But this was a violation of the Universal Code, which states that no planet should interfere with any other planet as long as its people live with a spirit of love and harmony.
They cunningly devised a plan that would not breach the universal code.
They brainwashed individuals and used them to instigate disorder in society. This gave the Reptilians a reason to interfere. They then intended to have their compatriots immigrate to Earth so they could control the planet before the space police interfered.
But some adults have difficulty handling that. But that's the truth.
Frankly, we need help.
Yeah.
We need everybody involved in this. That's not a lie. We need help. And you have Draco reptilian guys running your governments of every country on your planet.
Every government. There you go.
Wow.
That's quite a statement.
I am totally convinced for myself, according to my own knowledge, I am totally convinced that the world is being run by reptile aliens. I totally believe that. And then I said, I believe that not because David Icke said so, it's because that's what I believed before I ever met David Icke. And I have a reason for believing that. And I've been doing this kind of research all my life, and that's what I believe, because I've seen it. I've seen and heard too much that I now know there's something going on the earth that has to do with extraterrestrial life forms who are here, but they're not exactly human.
But some adults have difficulty handling that. But that's the truth.
They got the same skin as the lizards got, okay? And terrible looking faces. But then they have the ability to shift and look like a human. All of them do.
But some adults have difficulty handling that. But that's the truth.
Frankly, we need help.
Yeah.
We need everybody involved in this. That's not a lie. We need help.
Great God, I humbly thank you for inviting me here.
So there's two major theories going on, that the reptilians are the archons, whatever you want to call them, and they operate in this realm. And then there's actually the physical reptiles that just hide and we can't see them. Both theories are interesting and disturbing at the same time.
Thoth. If you follow that information pathway, it leads you to this character, and the emerald tablets of Thoth are literally mind-changing and mind-blowing. Even Tesla says that this is where he came to get the information. It's given in first person, and that's not possible. The things that are being said are impossible. Enough time has passed, though, that it's not like that. He literally says, hey, there's a spaceship on Earth, and this is where it is. All the Anunnaki guys that look like a wristwatch, and they always have it, and you're always trying to see what that is.
Yeah, what is that?
It is it's a compass. It's a time-keeping compass.
Could this device have been a gift from the gods? A tool that enabled its users to manipulate time and space? Consider the ancient Sumerian king list, a chronicle that lists kings who reigned for impossibly long periods, spanning thousands of years.
That is an interesting theory. I never heard that, actually. The time watch was used for basically like a time machine type thing. That is interesting, but it also begs the question, why do they literally have that watch on them at all times? Every time you see an ancient statue, ancient photo, they literally have that watch on. So that does make you ask the question, what is that?
It's an unlucky number, we're told.
That's a satanic number.
Well, but it's called an unlucky number because originally
Singers, when they sing
13 is an unlucky number, we're told.
That's a satanic number.
Well, but it's called an unlucky number because originally it dealt with Jesus and his 12. Jesus and the 12 make the 13, upon which a new order of life would be established on earth. The conspirators have then seized upon this term of the 13, Jesus plus the 12, and have begun to build on that a new world order. You had better look at the idea of why an Egyptian pyramid is on an American dollar bill.
Well, it's a symbol of slavery, Jordan, because that pyramid was put together with slave labor.
Right, but it was also one of the greatest bricklaying projects the world has ever known. And bricklayers are referred to as brick masons. So it is a symbol of the Masonic orders of the world.
That makes sense.
And it is a very powerful symbol that has been used by the ancient secret societies. And I am here to tell you that that pyramid called Cheops Pyramid is a very important symbol to the world Illuminati.
And they're constructing the Illuminati Luxor up in Las Vegas.
Oh, I understand.
On Las Vegas Boulevard. I was up there with our cameraman here. And
is that a new hotel in Las Vegas?
A new hotel, 33 stories. I mean, with the capstone.
What's the significance of 33, Anthony?
Well, I think Jordan would be better able to
it's
answer that.
13 is an unlucky number, we're told.
Every time I see the Sphinx, head, I just think about how that was originally a lion, and they carved an Egyptian mask out of that boy, man. That's crazy. I'll never look at any Sphinx the same again. The Sphinx is actually an older statue or whatever it was of a lion, and then after a reset or whatever happened, the Egyptians got a hold of it and they just carved a Sphinx out of the head. Because why is the body unproportionate? You tell me. See, look, we just was talking about Thriller. Look what popped up.
Sing songs. It's like a mantra. You repeat a chorus over and over and over. So when a kid hears a song and he starts singing that chorus over and over and over, then you start to hear it in the alpha state, into the subconscious mind. So you start to become the song or become what you're saying. Singers, when they sing songs, it's like a mantra.
That's got a lot of truth to it.
So I wanted to share this with you. All right. This came out in 1994, but it's a synthesis of magical symbolism from the 17th century Renaissance of the medieval occult. But there's something really special about this book. Now, mind you, this was carved in stone before it became a book. And it was carved in stone, all right, what does it say? In the 1620s. So what this book really is the origin of the church. The separation of the 12 tribes, all right, and everything in between. But what's really significant is this one thing that I promise you've been looking for a very long time. And I encourage you to share and duet this, because what we have here is the original 13-month calendar. So I wanted to share this with you. All right. This came out in 1994.
Damn, we knew it was 13 months, but we didn't know the name.
But it's a synthesis of magical symbolism from the 17th century Renaissance of the medieval occult. But there's something really special about this book. Now, mind you, this was carved in stone before it became a book. And it was carved in stone, all right, what does it say? In the 1620s. So what this book really is the origin of the church. The separation of the 12 tribes, all right, and everything in between. But what's really significant is this one thing that I promise you've been looking for a very long time. And I encourage you to share and duet this, because what we have here is
They got the same names. Oh no. April, Mardivis. So June and July got completely switched. December is called Dies. What? Unbelievable. Guys, drop your thoughts below. Is this the original calendar? Evenness? Evelus? So July wasn't even a thing because the letter J wasn't invented. That's damn. Your boy waking up a little bit, man. That's crazy. The original 13 months. Unbelievable.
First, wait until the sun has half disappeared beneath the horizon, so that you can only see the top half, and are satisfied that the bottom half is no longer visible. Next, using a camera with adequate magnification capability, by zooming into the half-set sun, you will be able to bring the entire sun back into full view. Then, as you zoom in and out, the sun will appear to rise above and sink below the horizon, often with a significant portion of sky reappearing beneath the sun, proving beyond any shadow of doubt that the sun is simply moving away from your position and not physically falling beneath the curvature of a globe. Heliocentrists would have you believe the very opposite of what every human who has ever walked the earth has seen with their own eyes. It is obvious to any child and sovereign-minded adult that the sun, moon, stars, and planets, every light in the sky above, revolves over and around the motionless earth beneath our feet.
Imagine a table 2 meters wide in a completely dark room, and you're holding a small but very bright light bulb, 3.4 millimeters across, and you are holding it about 31 centimeters above the table. What you'd see is a circular pool of light directly on the table, beneath the light bulb.
First, wait until the sun has half...
I remember, what was it? I think it was 3rd or 4th grade. I can't remember if it was English class or if it just was just before was one of the teachers taught you everything. They were literally just reading from a teacher's edition book. They honestly didn't have all the answers in their head. They literally had all the answers in the teacher edition book back in my day. So if you needed an answer to something, she would go to the teacher's edition book and did you get your multiple choice correct? It was all from the teacher edition's book. So I can't stress how important it is to think for yourselves, because looking back at all that stuff for entertainment purposes only, most of that stuff was useless.
This video is from San Francisco.
A stamped brick with ARR, and we know that what used to be there said T, car. It's TCARR. Look at this.
Huh.
You can see that there are still fully intact bricks in what was fully melted. Like that one right there.
Guys, that was melted brick. This is definitely melted brick.
What is that?
Much of it is melted beyond recognition, but
That's
a
what
lot
it
of
does.
it, like this, is still obviously a wall. How old is this tree?
Right.
How long ago did this happen?
That's in San Francisco. I gotta go check it out.
Yes, definitely. You
all
need
brick.
to. Get the
And
drone.
It's all melted down like as if it was candle wax hit with a torch.
That is what that looks like, dude.
Flowing down channels.
Holy
Channels of
mackerel.
melted bricks. Like right there. Look at that. Still bricks sitting there, and that's the same kind of brick that this is, that's stamped.
This is the evidence, because there is a case of partial preservation of what was there. Because if you didn't find the bricks, you didn't see the little details of bricks in there, somebody would just say, oh, well, wind and water did this over 1 million years, right? They would say, oh, it was 15 billion years caused rocks to look like this. No, it took about probably 10 seconds of like the hottest thing you could possibly imagine, just burning something, and it literally melted like a candle melts. That's what you see there. Like, what happened in our recent past? I think it's very fascinating. When I really got curious about the western part of the United States and like stuff like the Valley of Fire, in my mind, I was thinking of the days of Noah, maybe. I was thinking maybe like sometime around like the days of Jesus, like thousands of years ago. But when you find stamped bricks in there, so that means there was a brick factory that made bricks, right? You know, so obviously I think even like the earliest brick factories were like in the we're told, the mid 19th century. They had factories that made bricks en masse. So when did this thing melt like that?
I just looked up melted brick wall San Francisco. There ain't nothing about this, dude.
This video is from San Francisco.
Guys, they're not going to talk about this because it's just so many questions. What type of beam did that? It had to be some type of energy beam that just and just melted all that damn brick. You know what I'm saying? Because that could be the only way it makes sense. You know, it was just pure energy that just melted that, and just it didn't eviscerate it. It just melted stuff, because when you dig in there, you could still see fragments of what was once there. So what did that, and when did they do that, are the questions. Drop in the comments below. Look how interesting this is. One more time, man. This is fascinating. We probably won't see much on this subject, so soak in what you can.
Bro. How old is this tree?
Right.
How long ago did this happen?
That's in San Francisco. I gotta go check it out.
Yes, definitely. You need to. Get the drone.
It's all melted down like as if it was candle wax pit with a torch.
That is what that looks like, dude.
Flowing down channels.
Holy
channels of
mackerel!
melted bricks. Like right there. Look at that. Still bricks sitting there, and that's the same kind of brick that this is, that's stamped.
This is the evidence, because there's a case of partial preservation of what was there. You know, because if you didn't find the bricks, you didn't see the little details of bricks in there, somebody would just say, oh, well, wind and water did this over 1 million years, right? They would say, oh, it was 15 billion years caused rocks to look like this. No, it took about probably 10 seconds of like the hottest thing you could possibly imagine, just burning something, and it literally melted like a candle melts. That's what you see there. Like, what happened in our recent past? I think it's very fascinating. When I really got curious about the western part of the United States and like stuff like the Valley of Fire, in my mind, I was thinking of the days of Noah, maybe. I was thinking maybe like sometime around like the days of Jesus, like thousands of years ago. But when you find stamped bricks in there, so that means there was a brick factory that made bricks, right? You know, so obviously I think even like the earliest brick factories were like in the we're told, the mid 19th century. They had factories that made bricks en masse. So when did this thing melt like that?
I just looked up melted brick wall San Francisco. There ain't nothing about this, dude.
All right, he said the Valley of Fire. I just want to play a couple quick clips of the Valley of Fire just to see. Valley of Fire State Park. Drive. Yeah, the Valley of Fire definitely could be something going on there.
Fire is a must-visit state park that's only...
If you have time for one hike in Valley of Fire, make it this one.
Valley of Fire is a must-visit state park that's only 50 minutes from Las Vegas. And although there's so much beauty to explore here, my favorite hike that you definitely need to have on your bucket list is the Fire Wave, White Domes, and Seven Wonders Loop, found on All Trails. You'll see so many incredible sights along this loop, including slot canyons.
This slot canyon is pastel pink colored.
rainbow-colored rocks galore, the famous fire wave, and so much more. It's only about 3.5 miles and rated moderate, so you'll have plenty of time to catch more sights in the park if you plan to spend a full day here. Save and share with your best adventure pals, and happy exploring.
If you have time for one hike and
Valley of Fire State Park is located in the Mojave Desert, 1 hour outside of Las Vegas. If you go to this gem in Nevada, here's what I recommend doing. First, check out Elephant Rock. You can see it from the road or hike 0.3 miles to get up close to this beautiful arch. Just make sure you don't climb on it. After that, enjoy your scenic drive to see some petrified wood. This conifer lived hundreds of millions of years ago and is now turned to stone. Next, do the easy 0.7 mile Mouse Tank hike to see hundreds of petroglyphs. Some of these petroglyphs are over 2,000 years old, so make sure you don't touch them. You'll also see where the banded mouse used to store his water when he hid out from the law. Finally, the must-see of the park is the Fire Wave. This is a 1.5 mile moderate round-trip hike to a display of striated sandstone that is eroded to create a wave-like effect. If you have the time, hike a little farther to Pink Canyon, which has a pastel swirl of yellow, tan, orange, and pink. If you want more hiking, look up the Seven Wonders Trail, and make sure you're careful when hiking on hot days. Happy hiking! Valley of Fire State Park is located in the
What could this be? I'm just looking at this. Like, I get that they're saying, I get where they see elephant from, but could this been a tunnel in his past life? What was this structure? If we could just rewind 2,000 years, what was it? Drop your thoughts below. All right, let's look into some melted brick real quick. I hope you guys all had a good weekend. You guys are feeling great. Get plenty of sleep, get hydrated.
Brick. It's all brick internals. Flooded in, flooded over, melted. This is all melting down, and this is all flooded out with its own brick melt. Here's an obvious example of this right here, which is looking like almost Petra style. Well, it's all brick, and this is just what's left over from the building melting on itself. Lots more brick and blocks back here, and more Petra stuff looking. The architecture is not matching up. I mean, you're not going to just fill these bricks in here in this mountain. It looks confusing because they tell us that this was built in the rock, when actually the rock is the building. Just want to say I appreciate all the researchers out there, and thank you for hanging out with this short version of explaining the melt. And brick, it's all short.
Whoa, did you guys catch this?
Researchers out there, and thank you for hanging out.
It said established 1873. Watch when I remove this play button. It says 1873, guys.
And thank you for hanging out with this short.
Or 633. Did they take 1,000 years from us, man? I'm not saying that the millennial reign already didn't happen, but I'm saying it could be possible that they took 1,000 years from us. Drop in your comments below.
Short version of explaining the melt. Brick. So let's think about what makes sense. Building structure. So let's think about what makes sense. Building structure in the middle of a mountain certainly doesn't make sense. There's some brick melted in rock. Chiseling? I don't think so. There's your supposed sedimentary lines. Structure on top of it. More stuff that doesn't make sense. Some kind of heat cataclysm has happened. It seems not that long ago. Do I know all the answers? Absolutely not. But if you just open your eyes, it'll start making more sense.
Fascinating. I'm gonna throw a whole bunch of these photos and those coins on Dark Waters 9 probably tomorrow, the official site, so we can just have something to go over on our lives. We can do different themes, have all different types of pictures we can dive into, because this stuff is fascinating.
Tesla just released a video of the Tesla robot finding where it needs to go charging with using the back camera. This is absolutely insane. It can literally work 24 hours and know where to go charge, and then autonomously go back to work and be able to not overheat and continue work as if nothing had stopped it. This is absolutely insane, and the future, everything's about to change. Tesla just released a video of the Tesla robot finding where.
How many jobs is this gonna cost people, man? I've worked factory jobs where they did something similar, where you just had to move some plastic cups around from an injection mold processing machine. You know, it wasn't too difficult, but this is literally taking jobs away from people. It's kind of sad from a temp service employee perspective, but from a business owner perspective, they like, hey, give me 5 of them. Let me know your thoughts below on that.
The breaking news out from McDonald's. The outbreak, which has hit 10 states, is under investigation by the company, the USDA, and the CDC. The company has removed the Quarter Pounder from restaurants in the impacted states, saying that we take food safety extremely seriously, and it's the right thing to do. So just back up just a little bit. There have been a number of cases, a number of reported illnesses in several states at this point, many of it being linked to people who have ordered a Quarter Pounder over the last, during a specific time frame towards the end of September, beginning of October. So now we're seeing McDonald's take action here this morning. And why this is significant, not only beyond the safety aspect, but in terms of what this means for the market here, Maddie, and that's really our focus this morning.
That's why you gotta cook your own food, man. Go to your local butcher and have him ground some steaks up for you and get your own beef patties like that. I don't do that, but I heard that's the best way to do that, man. I ain't gonna lie. I go to my local grocery store and get whatever's on sale, man. That's just how I get down. But you really need to take care of your temple, guys. If you got some great facts, drop in the comments below for the collective to hear it.
Y'all, look how big moon is. I have never seen the moon this big in my entire. Y'all,
that might not be the moon. That might be a sun. From what I'm looking at it's not that good of a picture, but from what I'm looking at it, I believe that might be the sun. But who knows? It's not good enough. I don't see no dents in it like the moon. I can't see the craters anywhere. Drop your thoughts below. Tell me what that is. But it's definitely gigantic.
Werewolves are actually real. Yes, you heard that right. In fact, evidence of these creatures has existed for centuries, but is covered up by the government. This mysterious creature was captured on a trail cam. At first, it looks a lot like a wolf, but looking more closely, the front legs appear to have elongated fingers, unlike any species of dog or wolf. In 1912, Ernest Shackleton decided to go on a journey to discover the truth about the existence of werewolves. He had heard an old legend that there was a village full of creatures in the countryside of Russia, so he embarked on a journey to Russia, hoping to find the village in time for the full moon. One day he managed to find the village and waited for nighttime. He watched as the full moon started to rise above the horizon. All of a sudden, he heard a howling noise and turned to look. What he saw was crazy. The entire village began to turn into werewolves. The werewolves started to run towards him. He managed to escape with his life and document his experience in his journal. The evidence from his journal, paired with modern-day trail cam recordings, suggest that werewolves are actually real. Yes, you heard that right.
We might have to look into that. Is that AI or what? Let's dive a little bit into it. I remember playing Fable I remember those werewolves were no joke on Fable. Shout out to all y'all that play Fable. And your boy on Twitch, man. Don't forget. Find me on Twitch, JetskiChucK. Follow me on Twitch. We're going to get back to morning streaming. Might need to jump on some Fable.
Guy turns into real werewolf on camera.
I'm making this video. It's about being a werewolf. You know, I seen a lot of werewolf movies, you know. I seen a lot of them, and some people think it's fake. Some people think it's real. For the people that think it's fake, shame on you. Shame. For the people that think it's real, thumbs up for you. Werewolves are real. They are. They're very real. Very real indeed. Because I am a werewolf. And you know what show that I really like that portrays werewolves really great? Teen Wolf. Yes, Teen Wolf. I really, really love that show a whole lot. And, you know, people just don't know about the origins of werewolves, you know. They're actually called lichens, to be honest with you all. Not werewolves, but I guess you can call them werewolves too. But to get back on subject, I'm a werewolf. And my transformation is not quite what you might think it would be. For I am...
Guy turns into real werewolf on camera.
I'm making this video.
That's it? I thought we was going to actually see the Michael Jackson Thriller pop out. That's it?
Alright, y'all seemed to like this monster stuff. I got requests for werewolves, so here we go. Let's keep it going. Werewolves are real. Let me explain. On the surface, it's about metamorphosis, this transition of man into animal, but on a much deeper level, it's really about a person who carries this dark secret, this tormenting, shaming, guilty, regretful self that when conditions are right, could be full moon, but could be other stressful conditions, that this dark monster comes out and then atrocities happen. And that continues this cycle of shameful, guilty, regretful experiences and then fear of it happening again. Now, on the other side of it, there's an empowering side, right? It's about this animalistic nature that you have that's very empowering and even could be very attractive to people. Some people like bad boys, right? Now, what do? Well, Dr. Carl Jung says you shouldn't run from this inner beast. You should integrate this beast into your higher self. And you do that through deeper healing.
New details tonight about what some are calling a werewolf sighting in Delaware, just north of Columbus. One local man was able to catch the alleged creature on camera and is convinced what he saw is the real thing.
10 TV's Tara Jabor went to find out what happened last night and how ODNR is responding today. She's live tonight with the story. Tara.
Andrew, Yolanda, neighbors at this apartment complex tell me that they're really worried about their safety after one man swears he caught what appeared to be some sort of man-wolf across from this Delaware apartment complex.
I know what I saw. It was a werewolf, and I caught it on my ring cam.
It is hard to argue the evidence. The creature caught on camera appears to be part man, part wolf.
After yesterday.
I hate TikTok, man. Oh my goodness.
Myself, I feel unsafe. I do.
Locals now have dubbed the creature the Delaware wolf, and it's safe to say they are concerned for their safety.
He stole my newspaper. He cut out all the coupons. Why would he do that?
Not all residents in the area seem to be as concerned.
What, a werewolf? I don't think those exist. It's a bunch of hogwash.
State wildlife officers are telling people here to be hyper aware.
Throwing something at it, making yourself look large, be more towards aggressive, whether or not it's taking a hose, spraying it down, move any food sources, which would be trash. Werewolves historically love to eat trash.
Reporting live in Columbus, Tara Jabor, 10 TV News.
New details.
Not the coupons. Oh my God. All right, guys, if you made it this far, all right, guys, that's all I got for today's episode. If you made it this far, drop Melted in the comments, so I know you real. You made it all the way through this video, and you a real one. And I appreciate you guys that make it through the entire video. It really helps me out, helps boost these videos, push it out to other people, helps with the algorithm. Be sure you drop comments on stuff you guys you feel is interesting, so we can engage, talk back and forth. Shout out to all my gamers or people that really rock with me. Follow me on Twitch now. I'm streaming tomorrow morning. We're going to be on Twitch, just hanging out, jumping on some I think it's, what is it, Black Ops 3? Yeah, we're going to be jumping on that and just vibing out. Might react to a couple creepy TikToks that you guys sent me and just hanging out there, man. That's where we going to hang out in the morning. So shout out to all y'all that really rock with me and go ahead and jump with me on the other platform. I appreciate that. We still going to be doing lives on YouTube. Just getting everything in all our ducks in a row, man. We got a couple big things planning. I'm doing this full time now, so it's a lot of exciting stuff coming up. And I just want to say thank you guys. I appreciate you. And I'm going to see you on the next one. Same time, same place. God bless. Peace.